Okay, so I wanted to show you guys some drugstore foundations, kind of ranging from like dewy finishes, full coverage finishes, to like matte full coverage finishes, in-betweeners, because a lot of you asked after the video, what are some options for you? So if your skin is more dry, and you don't have oil throughout the day, I recommend something more of a dewy finish. Now, most of what I get is full coverage just because of all the work I do. As you can see, I've got all different shades because these are all, I just pulled from my kit really quick. But this one is a beautiful medium to full coverage foundation. You can build this up and it gives just a really beautiful, healthy glow on the skin, and it's not like cakey or anything like that. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This is a very lightweight formula. I love this one. I use this on a lot of brides. It's absolutely a beautiful finish. This is the Healthy Elixir from CoverGirl, and this one it feels a little bit heavier, I think, but it gives a beautiful finish and definitely more full coverage, but definitely dewy. Then we come into these that aren't too dewy, but definitely for, I would say, more dry skin, combo skin. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect, super full coverage, beautiful finish on the skin. This is the LA Girl Pro. So this LA Girl is probably one of my favorite lines of foundation. This is just like a perfect for combo skin, absolute beautiful finish, buildable coverage, and it lasts all day. Highly recommend it. This is the Better Skin Super Stay. So this is kind of what I use, that Better Skin powder that I use in my video. This is the same line, but through the foundation. Again, a really nice foundation. This is the Wet n Wild, so like super cheap. I think it's like $5, and very good formula and foundation for being so cheap. So I do recommend this one. Now we're going to come into more of the matte finishes. I'll talk about that guy in a minute. So these are great for, this is more of my mattifying drugstore collection that I have. I have a lot more high-end mattifying foundations, but this is going to control your oils throughout the day and give you a flawless, full coverage, but super matte look, so no oils show through. So like I said, these are for if you have dry skin to combo skin. Okay, so you're oily and dry, and these are definitely for more if you're just oily. So anyway, this guy, Revlon, is a great one. It's a 24-hour color stay. I use this on a lot of brides. This is the same as this guy, except this is obviously the matte version versus the glow version. This definitely gives you a matte finish and lasts a long time. This guy is super full coverage, weightless feel. It is very mattifying though, so if you have dry skin like me, I would probably add it into, I like to mix it in with my Pro Glow to kind of give me like a hybrid of the two, so it's not too drying and it still gives me full coverage and longer wear. But this one is great too. A little goes a long way with this. I want to show you one more thing. It doesn't really have anything to do with coverage or anything like that, but this thing from LA Girl Pro Coverage is my go-to. This is absolutely amazing. It's a white foundation, and what you do instead of having to buy multiple shades of foundations, I get this. They also have a dark one, so you can either darken it or lighten your foundation, but this can make you customize any shade of foundation that you have with this. Like I said, they have a white one and they have a really dark one, so you can either get either or, and if your foundation is too light, you add the dark drops. If it's too dark, you add the light drops. You can customize any foundation, so this is cheaper to get this along with one foundation. I know in Florida, we go from summer to winter, and a lot of us lose our, I don't, I stay consistent, but a lot of us lose our color come winter time, and it's then you kind of you change shades. So this is like what I keep in my kit all the time along with the tan one. Wherever I go, I don't have to necessarily, even though I do carry a ton of foundations with me all the time, I can get whatever shade I need for any bride, any client that I have, and for myself, any shade that I need with this guy right here. So all of these can be found at Ulta, Walmart, CVS. That's where I get my LA Girl now is in Ulta too, but I found mine at CVS. All super affordable. I think the most expensive foundation here is maybe $12, maybe. This is just my go-to gang over here of some awesome, really competitive drugstore foundations that compare to honestly some of my high-end stuff. And so I hope that answers your questions, and if you have any questions when you're out shopping, just let me know. One more thing I wanted to mention while you're out shopping for foundations, you always want to color match, and it's difficult. Now they have testers for high-end and drugstore, because they used to not for drugstore, and you're like, well, what color am I? So your best thing to do, if you can, is to test it. You want to test it here between your face and your neck, because you want to obviously match your neck to your body. So in your neck, typically we're always darker here and lighter on our face. Just because, you know, we wear makeup, we have skincare, and we're just lighter on our face than we are on our chest, because this gets a lot of sun exposure over time. And so we have freckles, discoloration, all those things. So you always want to test it to see if it's going to blend nicely into your neck. A lot of girls too self-tan, and you always want to match. So your face is always going to be lighter, and you're just trying to match your foundation to the rest of your body. It's the same thing whether you self-tan or not. That's usually your go-to. If you're not able to do that because you have makeup on or whatever the case may be, you can always blend a swatch into your neck or onto your chest to see. It's really hard to indicate with your hands and your wrists, just because it's usually not as accurate as it would be. Also, another thing is too, if you're wondering if you're warm tone, neutral, or cool tone, you can look at your wrists and your veins on your wrist. If they're blue, you're cool tone. If they're green, you're yellow undertones. And then if they're more neutral, you're neutral. So you can also find your tone too in your foundation just by knowing your undertone, and you can look at your wrist by telling that. And sometimes that helps when you're purchasing a foundation.